I know it doesn't look like it, but I know it doesn't look like it, but I was a poster child for one of the largest churches in America. My worldview has been being shattered for decades. It's been completely shattered of late. And to all the MAGA people, I want to tell you that I could empathize with you. It's just, you're kind of running out of time. Like, I'm kind of slow, and it took me a long time, so I'm willing to give y'all some grace. But, like, I wasn't taught about trans people. I had to deconstruct that, educate, and kind of like restructure myself after breaking everything down that came along with that. I didn't know the nuanced differences between gender and sex. And just because there's politicians in, red states that are trying to, combine those into one, doesn't mean they're on the right side of history. Historically, we've always had people kind of holding us back. And I fear that's what MAGA has done to us. Like, it's to the point where, it's so damaging. Like, I have much resentment towards y'all. It's not like a political left versus right thing. I look at the body of work from MAGA and it's atrocious. I'm upset by it. I'm offended by it. And I've always made fun of people my whole life for being offended by things. I'd be like, man, y'all are offended by everything. Now it's my turn to be offended. And I'm sorry that I wasn't more offended earlier. But when my worldview shattered, like when I found out that they added stuff to the Bible in like the 40s, that's like anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, you know, that's that's that was one of the big signs to me when you just know that some average ass, kind of selfish, bigoted, you know, low information person probably at some point added something to a Bible that you worship and you don't even question. There's no fucking way. So I'm over the organized religion stuff. I'll be honest with you, I still acknowledge that there is a higher power of sorts. My feeble little mind can't really comprehend much besides survival, fight, and flight, So I'm not going to sit there and rack my brain about it. I've told y'all before, I've had one spiritual word talk to me, spoken to me, persistence. I'm sure some people think I'm batshit crazy on the left for that. I don't really give a fuck if people judge me on the right or the left. For the leftist people, I think it's, kind of sad that you're so hateful to somebody if they are religious. But I can see why. Because it's so annoying to watch all these debates that are just, word salads, from these folks. They have no linear logic to back up why they think the way they do. And they just say it's because, some guy told us to do in some old ass document, and we don't know, the background really of that person. It's all probably fabled and storied. But anyways, it's just not, it's not okay. I'm not okay with any of this. You're really holding back the pack. like you're gonna get us all killed. That's the problem, is that if it was just affecting y'all, I'd be like, yeah, go off into the pasture and fucking, get off by yourself. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, but the fact that you're like luring everybody into the pasture, nah, like, I ain't gonna go down like that. And, um, I think we should really break down on white collar crime, and we need to go after these super PACs that have mismanaged elections and tampered with elections, and they do a lot of gerrymandering and redistricting and things that may be legal, but in my opinion they're immoral. Their time could be spent elsewhere, maybe developing better policy that people will vote for in the future, instead of just trying to lie and manipulate and change the laws to their favor so they can keep their bigoted ideology. So your worldview has been shattered, but you refuse to look at it. And that's why we all mock you, is because you look at truth, you look at facts, you deny it all, and then you call us delusional. And we're the ones with the facts, we're the ones with the sources, and you guys come in and tell us that we're like emotional and we just are caught in our feelings. We're like, no, here are all the sources and the citations. And the problem is none of y'all do that. We've been waiting. None of y'all have any sources or citations for anything. You just scream bloody murder. The sky's falling. And you use these superlatives. And you basically just fearmonger without any sort of specifics. And I understand there's a lot of scary stuff out there, but you can't just throw generalizations out there and make claims without having any sort of backup for it. Whenever I make a wild ass claim, I usually include three little breadcrumbs that you can follow on your own and be like, oh, that actually kind of makes sense. I should pause a little bit and maybe consider that. That might be the case. I could have been wrong. And things change too. I could have been right, and then something could happen, and then I could be wrong later because something changed in the middle. So y'all are lost on nuance. You're lost on higher education. You're lost on the fiber of the Constitution. You actually believe that these people are trying to protect democracy and the Constitution, and they're just gaslighting and projecting and lying, and then you're just using you as a puppet, and then you're literally sheep and you call us sheep. It's so fucking weird. Like, I just got my worldview shattered just like y'all over a course of years. I don't know how long it took. I don't know exactly when it got fully shattered, but it's fully shattered. And I had to deconstruct myself and then rebuild myself. And I'm in the process of doing that. But I'm looking forward. I'm being progressive. I'm changing. You got your shit busted and pieces everywhere, and you stopped, and you're just stopping to pick up all the pieces, and you're gonna, like I said earlier, you're gonna get the whole pack killed because you're trying to pick up all the pieces of this broken thing that there's no reconciling that. Like, we were wrong about a lot of shit. We were lied to about a lot of shit. There was a lot of trauma that we didn't work on. There was a lot of trauma that our generations prior didn't work on. The sooner that you guys acknowledge this, sooner that you acknowledge that we've been steeped in systemic racism, that they want us to be classist, the sooner that you can realize, hey, maybe this division, maybe us being divided maybe we're part of the strategy to hold everybody back. And hint, you are holding everyone back. And you're not a patriot. This is not what a patriot does. A patriot doesn't just think about themselves. A patriot thinks about, of course, their loved ones, but like all their countrymen, not just the people that they agree with, So if y'all want to come together, that's fine. We'll let you back in, but you can't accept us or expect us to accept any of your ideologies because it's all born off lies and manipulations and half-truths. So we're not gonna find middle ground on giving half civil rights. To us, that's not a political issue. Civil rights, basic civil rights, is what we fought for 50, 60 years ago, and then you guys unearthed that somehow. You let them unearth that, and then you wave the banner of states' rights. No, you're uneducated, and you're hurting the greater good. So as long as you hear that, if you want to still operate the way you're operating, fucking fine. But I at least hear this. You are on the wrong side of history. You're damaging everybody around you. And you are the problem. You are the fucking problem. Stop what you're doing. Go do something else. Do the reverse. Just don't, maybe try doing nothing. That might be better than whatever you're doing right now. If you're MAGA and you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Just don't do anything. Nothing, anything is better than what you're doing now. But if you can't, if you're not creative enough, or if you don't have it in you anymore, just stop doing anything. Go fucking carve some fucking wood. Go work on your fucking lawn. Go help your fucking kids or grandkids or nieces. Go fucking build a new business. Fucking work on your existing business. Whatever the fuck it is, just stop. Stop catering to these fucking fuckheads. You know, this piece of shit, Trump, is just being manipulated by our foreign adversaries. And you guys are calling yourself patriots, backing him up. Get the fuck out of here.